It's important that we have a look at the why. Why is this important to us as educators, as humans, as a community, to really focus on emotional intelligence? In order to answer that question, I think we need to go into the research and have a look at two seminal research projects that I think really articulate this nicely. The first one is what's called the Dunedin experiment. A few researchers moved over from Canada and they set up this research project back in the late 60s and started testing in the early 70s, looking at one big question. What is it in a 4-year-old, in a 10-year-old, in a 14-year-old, in an adult human? What are the traits, the practices, the habits that we can see that produce success in life? But what they've found in their research is that things that you would normally expect to make a difference, your marks at school, your IQ, how rich your parents were, your linguistic capability, your ability to play a musical instrument, or your physical activity, how the amount of sport you play at school, doesn't actually correlate with success on any of those measures. The only thing that correlates is emotional intelligence, the ability to delay gratification. They're prioritizing the future. They're less likely to blow up reactively and react reactively to situations, and they're better able to recognize the emotions and the interactions of other people so they can interact with them and help other people interact better. This is what gets people better off in life. And this is the whole idea of perceiving, understanding, managing, and using emotions. Now you think about that for a second. That means that you can have two kids, child A and child B. Child A might have all the disadvantages in life, be born on the wrong side of the tracks with a poor home background and deep in financial distress and things like that. And you can compare that to child B, who might have all the privilege in life, rich parents, good culture, all those sorts of things, very supportive home environment. And child A will actually do better at life than child B if they have greater emotional intelligence. Child B won't do as well in life, even with all of those advantages, if they don't have emotional intelligence. So this is an amazing piece of research and looks at the ability for emotional intelligence to unlock potential. Now, if it really does unlock potential and direct it, we should see it in our schools. We should see it in the performance of the kids at schools. And one of those measures of performance is academic results. So can we see this? And this is a question that Arthur Poropat posed in his seminal research in the late noughties. But what Arthur did was he looked at 1,000 students and said, what personality factors might predict academic results? If they're conscientious, are they more likely to do better at school? What impact did their IQ have, and what impact did understanding and managing emotions or their emotional stability have on their academic results? And what he found was really surprising. He found that if people understood and managed emotions, so those two variables individually were better predictors of academic results than even IQ. So if you can't understand what's happening inside your head, you can't use the intelligence that's inside your head. We know that to be true for many, many case studies where we know that why is the smart kid not doing well at school? Emotional dysregulation. Why is the smart adult not doing well at life? Emotional dysregulation. Right? If we can get hold of our emotions and understand and manage our emotions, then we will do better at life. The point is understand and manage what's inside your head so that you can use what's inside your head. And for educators, this means lower behavioral incidents and increased performance. But it also means for the individual, it's the little gateway that helps people become more at peace with themselves and more at peace with other people around them, irrespective of what those other people are throwing at you. And at life, isn't that really what we want in life? We want to be successful and peaceful. And emotional intelligence is the thing that unlocks both of those things. To me, it is literally the most important thing that we should be teaching our kids, teaching our parents, teaching our colleagues in order to be more successful and peaceful at life.